today is Kalpa tree. Kalpa is, I told that all the 4 ages totally together is said to be Kalpa. Why it is Kalpa tree means from seed to the first, the 2 leaves come, then the small plant grows, it becomes big, then the trunk, then the branches. So how from the seed, it is a human geological tree which symbolizes that how from the starting, from the root, how the religion was established, and then how it took a different, ways. In the name of religion, actually the sense of true meaning of religion changed gradually, and how all we come across, and in the middle how the messengers do come, and what are the roles of those souls whoever come in the middle. That's what is shown here. When God comes down in the roots, whatever is shown, that it is the confluence now at the present time where God, the Supreme Soul, has come down, and He is totally, He is putting a sampling to the new tree, and how before establishing the religion, what was, and now what it is, and then future what it is. So now in the name of religion, actually totally the casteism, it has been totally turned to the different caste. Like they are Muslims, they are Christians, they are this, and here Bharatvasis, they say they are Hindus, but actually other religion, they have that who established their religion, like Christ, Christianity, Buddha, Buddhism. But what about the religion of Bharat? When we say we are Hindus, who was our religion founders, and they have their own scriptures. Which is the scripture of Hinduism? All these, so many confusions now. And why these confusions, and really where the missing link was, that whole history, geography of the whole world, and the total history of the whole human geological tree is being shown here. So here, when the Supreme comes down at the end of the Iron Age, He really reveals the true sense of religion, what the religion is. The true religion is shifting consciousness to the eternal self, and the inculcation of the reality, the true virtues, my own virtues, innate virtues within me, and then put into practical, life, whichever field you are. So God says that as He is heavenly Godfather, the trunk here is being compared to the initially Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharma, the golden age and silver age. The Sanatan Dharma means the ancient inculcation of our ancestors, the origin of Bharat. After confluence, the whole destruction, you heard that how the world is going to end by atomic wars, civil wars, by earthquakes and all the floods, all the 7 oceans come together, and there won't be any, whatever we see, other countries, everything will go in water, because whatever, they have, what to say, as the action, so the result. The bombs, whatever the weapons they have kept, and the clashes among country to country, the result, even now also you can just think that how the world you know, two sides it will be, and how it will be, you know, one country will be together in one side, and another one countries to another side, and such a way, you know, this hatred, the egos will, you know, without knowing also, they say that it will start in such a way where the world, the biggest end of this, you know, corporeal world will be there. But before that, what Baba is doing here, since from 84 years, putting the seed of the knowledge, the yoga, the four subjects of the godly knowledge, that is Gyan, Yoga, Dharana and Seva. Knowledge, the one part, application of the spirituality, understanding knowledge and changing it to my wisdom as a light and might and source of income each second of my life, each step of my life, not only life of my action, each and every step of my thought. It should be like, you know, it should be with the wisdom, whatever we have about self or about my supreme parent, the creator, or about the karma philosophy very deeply. Understanding these things only, when we do the elevated actions, definitely the result will be positive and powerful. Definitely, you know, action doesn't go in vain. And yoga part, why we need meditation, both the balance of knowledge and yoga must, because the yoga, if we just go on connect with the source, whatever you gain the powers, whatever you tap the source for values, then we should know how, where, when to apply those powers and the virtues or the values. So if I don't know the knowledge part, if I am lacking, then definitely, you know, in the war field, if he is not very intelligent, the soldier, where he has to put the bomb, he will put in the desert. What is the use? Where the enemies you have to put, na? So according to the situation, whether to apply the tolerance or apply to withdrawal or to the discerning, and the judgment should be proper according to the people and to the situation. So only we need the balance of both Gyan, Yoga, and then when there is a balance, there the inculcation of divinity, the true religion, that is shifting my consciousness to reality and be in that consciousness constantly, is that I am in my Swadharma of my peace, of my you know, love, or whatever the values you want. In that inculcation you can maintain that stage of dharma, dharana, when you have balance of these two. Then naturally, wherever you come across with the fellow beings, whether in the family or in the workplace, definitely your vibration itself will serve them. You will support other souls with your positive, pure and powerful vibrations. So these are the four subjects what God is giving the knowledge and is teaching, and is telling children, you should have balance of all the four. Three is there definitely, two when it is there, third one will come, and all the three, then definitely you need not, all your vibrations, your face, your eyes will do the service to the mankind in general, because the vibration travels and reaches the corner of the world, and that comes back with a you know, double effect. That is the, like Newton's third law, 1 for 1. Action, there is equal and opposite reaction, whereas the theory, the vibrations theory, it is 1 for 2. So the multiplication of energy definitely there, and where I can, because of this balance of knowledge and yoga, there the balance of mind and body, the balance of love and law, the balance of action and the yoga, that is karma and yoga, balance of jnana and yoga, balance of buddhi and yoga. Suppose my intellect without wisdom wanders here and there, then difficult to withdrawal and then connect and concentrate to the source. So these are the things as we are in the world, the balance, the inculcation is a must to maintain my stability, to maintain my dharma, dharana of all the virtues and powers. So this balance is very important to be a master, whether you are master on self to control the senses, to conquer the mind and the sanskaras. Intellect definitely already the wisdom is supplied means, then as the intellect becomes very powerful, then the mind and the sanskaras are in your hand. Thereby then I can conquer all the negatives, the vices and the nature also according to your powerful pure thought. So this is how God is establishing the religion, what was there and now that is vanished. See, Bharatvasis, we forgot totally. They say just Sanatan Dharma, ours is a Sanatan Dharma, Hindu Dharma is Sanatan Dharma. But actually Hindu Dharma is not a Hindu Dharma, actually it is Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharma, because India was ruled by deities, that is a open book it is. Rama or Krishna, all Purushottam, the elevated souls were there, then gradually Mahatmas were there. India is such a spiritual country with all the spiritual treasures, with all the values and our system here in Bharat, it is such a great culture, it is such a great religion where the whole religion was so powerful, religio-political. In Bharat, the total ruling by the deities are based on total, dharana, dharma. The dharma was dominant, according to that dharana they were ruling. So the whole thing was like a family system, na? The concern, the love, the sharing, like equality, liberty and fraternity, all the three were there in the golden age and in the silver age. So only they are said to be Sarvagun Sampan, Solakala Sampuran with all the 16 celestial degrees, Sampurna Nirvikari, complete wiseless, Maryada Purushottam, they are with all the law and order completely and double, that is non-violent. Ahimsa Paramo Dharmi. So these were the praisings, practically. They were not in a jungle. They were in a family. They were ruling. They were in a kingdom. But their total communication with the subjects, the total ruling was so 100% with all the values. So only the praising goes. And India, we say, Dev Bhumi. It was ruled by Devtas, and because of the dharma was dominant there, because of the complete, their pure vices, so this prosperity, constantly prevails for half a kalpa, that is, half a kalpa means 2 ages, golden age and silver age completely, and no accidental death and untimely living body, and they were conquerors of death means it is not that no death, but living body and taking body was in their hands. Not like now, people leave a body, people cry. It is all with attachment, and they are, why they cry? It is untimely they are going, without telling, without knowing. So in all the step in Iron Age, you will see only the sorrow, lackings, and not contented, and people are suffering in all the way, not in one angle, in all the angle they are suffering. This is what the the quality of the Iron Age, but it is extremely opposite the quality of there in Golden Age. It is all depends on dharma, dharana. When I have I have hold on myself, that is Swarajya Adhikari, I am the king, I am the master on my own self, then definitely nature will be at your feet. You need not go at the back of the prosperity, the treasures, no, it is always there. So such way the of it time, the Adi Sanatan deity religion was going on in the middle, as I said that how the great changes happened because of the influence of body consciousness on human consciousness. The consciousness gradually changed in Copper Age. It was not a sudden, but it was a gradual, that when we thought we are body, the attraction, the attachment, then the influence of the body toward the ego, then gradually it started with lust for power and money, then the greed, all these things, because of which there will be a big, Baba says, biggest earthquake happens in such a way because of impurity. All our golden palaces, majority goes down in ocean. That's how, and gradually they forget that we are from the family of the deities. So Hindu means backward in our dharana, forgetting the back is Hindu. They say Kannada Hindu means Hindulidava, means we forgot the total reality, na? For reality you leave self. At least our generation, forefathers we forgot, and now totally it is lost, like no moral values at all in schools. At least when we were small, teachers used to teach us some values and moral values or human values, and how we should be in life, how we should give respect to elders, all that. But nowadays children doesn't care whether you eat or not, parents are sleeping, they are not bothered. What a thing, what a society has turned into. So only the Hindu dharma is not a dharma. Like people who stay in America, they don't say that America is my American dharma. They don't say, here Hindustan, Hindu dharma. What is this? How we forgot the reality and nobody to tell anybody. They say Hindu dharma is Sanatan dharma. But we are such a great religion, deity dynasty, deity religion, all that we forgot, because of which coming down, that there is a fall, the downfall of Bharat and Bharatvasis from Copper Age, because the conscious changed from reality to unreality. The qualities, because of that, there the lifespan decreased, and the coming in the body, taking body, living body became more, where the 12, where the 21, double almost. Then in Iron Age it is 42, again the double, because as much we lack purity, the lifespan comes down. Rishi Munis, they used to say that they live up to 300, 400, 500 years. It is all nothing magic actually. It is all the power of purity, As much the purity, lifespan changes. Even now you can increase your lifespan tremendously by the power of purity and power of yoga. Because the logic, the science behind it is this. See, ordinary man, when he take breath, it is 18 to 20. When they get angry, it goes to 30 to 35. The force of, the emotion, the taking breath and leaving breath, and the thoughts, too many thoughts and all that. This happens. So, a yogi, if you measure, it will be like, powerful detached stage, it comes down to 9 and 10. It is double. There the one day, then yogi can use for 2 days. So how that way the lifespan changes. And now the research is also going on that chromosome, the telomere, the tail, if it increases, the lifespan connects with that. So many things are happening. The yogis, it is all only the science where it is a logical thing. It is not something imaginary. That way, by the power of purity, the emotions will not be like up and down, up and down. Na? See, too much of attachment. A mother, if child doesn't come, she will say, oh, what happened, in such a way, where, not in rest at all. Same thing happens in all the situations to everybody, whether they are in workplace or anywhere, thereby lifespan gradually goes down. And nowadays, no certainty, 15 years also heart attack, and 50, 60 years also heart attack. That is how things have changed. So this is all, what happens, this religion, when we thought that we lost the reality, that totally how our ancestors, what was our religion, then in the middle messengers came. The messengers, Ibrahim first, Buddha next, Christ next, Shankaracharya. So they established religion in the sense they came to give message of God. But in their bodily name, their followers made a community. Then they said that Christ means we are all Christian followers. Buddha means we are all Buddhist. In his name, bodily name. So there, in that way, clashes started when instead of one, too many people, too many suggestions, too many ideas with ego problem, there the clash starts. That way from Copper Age, not only religion level, even because of the political power, kings also had a fight. The religion level, even these people had a fight, where the reality gradually, at least we were better, but gradually there is a crisis, there is a fall. Even religion, first, there were no clashes, they were so loveful. All the messengers taught, you love everybody, we are all children of one father. Any messenger you take, his message is very clear. That we are all children of one father, be good. But how to be good? We are children of one father is which father? They did not give correct message. Christ said that I am son of God. God is our father. You be loveful. There they said Allah Khuda Noor. Noor means light. But still confusion. Their followers thought we are all separate. Then Buddha saw a light in Gaya. Then what is that light? No, not clear. He said attachment leads to sorrow. There it finished. Their followers thought we are totally something separate. Shankaracharya, he established Sannyasa Dharma. They all came, they said that we don't want the world, we are happy there in jungle. They took a different route. So in that way, many things, many scriptures, and in Bharatvasis, there they started writing all the scriptures, then devotion, bhakti started, and the level of. So here, the degradation of the degrees from Sato, each religion come across Sato Pradhan to Rajo, Tamo and Tamo Pradhan. Same way, the Bhakti, Sato Pradhan, that is worshipping one, then Rajo, then 2, 3 Devatas, then Tamo Pradhan means no love of God and no belief and only bargaining with God. If you do this, then I will pray for you. So that's how, Bhakti, and that's how now see first there were you take any religion, Others, what I am saying, even in Bharatvasis Hinduism, there are many divisions, you know. In Christian, if you take Pentecost, Catholic, this and this, 8-10 branches. Muslims, you take, there are so many 18 divisions. Buddhist, you take so many divisions. Sannyasis, you take, you know very clearly how they are fighting. So Hinduism, oh, don't tell only, so many things, you know, they forgot the reality completely. And they totally everything now in mess, chaos, so much that everybody wants something new, you know, something new, the truth, the reality. All are fed up, no, even in the name of bhakti, so much cheating is going on. Nothing is left like Bharat also in extreme stage and suffering in totally human beings are suffering in all the way. Pressure from political power, pressure from the religion power, pressures from not much pressure from science because they are working for the mankind. So that's how, you know, it is at the end. The Kalpavriksha is totally in the, you know, collapsing stage, where seed, when the total tree is grown, the fruit and then the seed. The seed has come down to the world and he is telling children, realize that now this is the crisis. Finally, this is the fall of the whole world. Now nothing can, no, it is beyond the repair. However they tried, the messengers tried, Dharmatmas tried, Mahatmas tried, it is Devatas, nothing, they couldn't do anything. Gradually they were down. So in that way, Baba says the change, you know, Devata, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra and Brahmana, these are the stages of the soul undergo from each age. Why the casteism came na? Especially in Bharat, they say he is a Brahmana, he is a Shudra, he is a Kshatriya, he is a Vaishya, he is this, he is this, he is this. But actually, these are things made, it is a Varna which was depicting, symbolizing the soul's quality and the type of action, the quality of the action, quality of its internal consciousness. Instead of that, they made that it is, you know, they changed the whole process itself. They said that these are all, you know, castes, different castes, and they are fighting in the name of religion, casteism, and they forgot that we are all human beings, human souls, children of one father, one family, and we have to remember one. Everybody forgot, not only Bharatvasis, even others, because no messenger told, in my name you make one community, tell that religion or make it casteism and fight with each other. They did not tell at all. So in that way, you know, the end is there, and the Kalpavriksha leaves means it symbolizes all the souls, 750 crores of souls. Here two things I wish to keep in front of you, that when God comes, how He comes and establish religion and the kingdom. When other souls come, how they come. And how they do we know, but still their secret of coming. As God, when He comes down, all the souls of the world, all the messengers are here, deity souls in different name, form and place, or in ordinary human form they are there, because nobody in the middle, Shiva Baba says, can come to me because they don't know the origin. They don't know the purification, they cannot come to me. So all the, you know, see, who established the religion, he has to sustain that religion. Whether the Christ or Buddha or Ibrahim or Shankaracharya, they are all sustaining their religion, in different form, being a pope or being the mullah or being whatever the head. So they are here only. The Baba says that when I come down, all are here. So I will purify everybody and take back along with me. But when these messengers come, when he comes alone, take a different body the first time, because without doing any sinful action, no rule that he has to get a wrong result. Because in establishing religion, they have to tolerate, and so many things happened for everybody. Christ, they nailed him. Ibrahim, there was a fighting. Even Buddha, even though silence, he has to go to jungle, and so many things happened. So initially they take the body of the souls who were already there. Who were there in Copperage in the starting? The deity religion souls who became ordinary, who said to themselves Hindus, they took their body initially. After that, when he takes his own body, at the back of him, the souls above, connected with that religion, comes down following their father, that is messengers. So that way, these messengers bring down those souls who are their followers, which belongs to their, to say it is a family, like that community if you take, that religion if you take. So only the Mahatmas or Dharmatmas, that is messengers, or the Punyatmas, whoever came in the middle, nobody were said to be the liberators or the guide or the purifiers. Even to Krishna also this title is not there. He is a purifier, he is a liberator and guide. Krishna is said to be, Rama is said to be, Narayana is said to be Sarvaguna Sampan, Sampurna Nirvikari. Those souls in golden age with all the perfection. Devata means they are human beings only, but with the complete form, that is soul's complete stage of all the powers. So only we cannot say Rama is a Manushya or Krishna is a Manushya, they are human beings. No. The title given, they are divine beings, but not God, but divine beings, Devta, because they are full of divinity. So Baba says, that is your eternal stage. With the knowledge and yoga, shift back your consciousness completely to soul conscious. You be that what you were. That's what he is reminding us. Smriti Labdha Bhava means always be in that consciousness. So this is how the world genealogical tree, when Baba comes down, the difference there also, they take a different body, but once when they come down to the body, they cannot go back, they forget, as they are the souls only, human soul. But here Baba, when he comes down to human body of Brahma, he is almighty, he comes, he sits, he uses, he goes back, because he says, I prakriti ko adhin bana ke aata hu. It means I control and conquer the nature, the body of 5 elements. I come, I guide, I try to liberate with all my guidance and powers, I go back. It is with some hours. He cannot sit in the human body, as he is Akarta, Bhokta. And only for Shiva, if you hear, the special title is Swayambhu. Swayambhu title not for anybody. Devatas have this. Self-existed. only to that Nirakar. This is a saying, who is ocean of all the values and powers. This is how God's coming and those souls coming, then coming in the cycle, the whole human souls, once when they come down, the main thing is the soul is limited to the body and the surroundings, so that they forget that I came from soul world and my father is there. We forget. That is the thing happens. And gradually in the bhakti also we were searching God. Our devotion to God, love of God is there, but we were not knowing where is He. Of course we called, you come and liberate. We are totally in sorrow, but we were not knowing, so that we could recharge, because without connection we can't recharge. So only the gradual fall of 5000 years, of 84 birth of the starting and people in the middle, then that way. So this world is going to end. World genealogical tree is to the end, where the father, the real forefather of the Christianity is Christ. Then here Ibrahim, here the Buddha, here the Shankaracharya. There their generations. Here Devatas, which was established now in the Sangam, that confluence, Prajapita Brahma, and there it starts from Brahma, so Vishnu. That is Brahma in the last birth, when God adapt that soul, and when he keeps the name as Brahma, that soul sustains from same deity religion, take the birth, and first soul, the Krishna. You see Krishna's point, when you hear, everything became watery, and on one leaf, people leaf, the Krishna soul came. How can a child come in the ocean? It is such a thing. And another thing, so confusing. They say that Devaki gave birth in the, jail. Two things actually symbolizes there is a significance of it. But the story for people, the children, they are confused how it is possible. But actually this is the significance, that when the confluence ends, means the ironage ends, where the souls, when they go up, they could see only everything is watery like, and the India will be like boat, where only few souls are there. So they write a story after Copper Age, that God came down, took some avatara, whatever they say, and he took a boat and put some human beings with all the seeds and all the animals, and then there the establishment started. That's what they say. But actually Baba says it cannot happen like that. Totally everything watery and everybody goes away. It cannot. There will be a souls, and from them the re-establishment will be there. So only God says that I destroy all the irreligion and re-establish the religion. Religion means not that some other thing he will start. He will totally put a seed for all the inculcation of human values, social values, the political values, whatever the total values, he make us to inculcate with the knowledge and the power of yoga. This is what the world genealogical tree is putting sampling for the new age seed. So here the point is that when God comes down to teach yoga, in the name of, from Copper Age, in the name of yoga, many confusions. In the name of bhakti, many confusion. In the name of spirituality, each one telling about the values they think that it is to make, about a life well-being, for the mankind, to make them good, whatever the teachings. It is not that they are all wrong. Definitely according to their thinking, with their experience, they are right in their way. But actually the true spirituality and the true yoga will be taught by Yogeshwara only, not with human souls cannot teach yoga. Why? At least, okay, Patanjali taught all physical yogas, pranayama, exercises, which connects with the body only. The body detoxification, the body purification, making the physical health. Whatever even pranayama, for some time it calms the mind. When they take lots of oxygen, definitely, the mind calms. Then gradually when they go outside for work, then again we are disturbed. That's how, there what to say, there is a missing link of things. Missing link of the reality, where they cannot teach the true yoga, the true spirituality, unless the spiritual father comes down and teach. Yoga means connection, yoga means the link. So if I wish to be yogi, I should know who am I, who want to do yoga, and with whom I am connecting. I should know him, who is he, and what is the benefit to connect with him, and why I should connect with him. So unless knowing all these things, I cannot connect to the source. So people are so confused about God, each one saying something. Last week one person was telling, sister, why confusion? Daily I'll just think of all the gods and just say, oh God, thank you, because nobody should get angry, na? So many gods. How it is possible? See, 10 children in a family, they will say, we have one father, na? Not many fathers. So same way here we all say that universal brotherhood, brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God, one father. But here so much confusion with that. Then how yoga is possible? True yoga is possible? Not at all possible. Unless we understand as he is, where he is, how he is, what he is going to do, and how I am related, and why I should connect to him, what are the benefits. Unless I understand it very clearly, then I cannot meditate, I cannot establish my connection with him. And here yoga which is taught, Raj Yoga which is taught in Brahma Kumaris, is the connection is with a relationship, not just a connection. When there is a connection with relation, there definitely the sharing, the caring, and the constant maintenance of the connection will be there. It is just a dry connection, doesn't give any, that happiness, that bliss, and that intoxication, all that it cannot be. So the yoga, the part, the basis of yoga and benefits of yoga, definitely tomorrow I will take. But here I wished that to tell you that how this yoga is unique from bhakti and gyan, the two different things, two different parallel path I can say. Because the bhakti which really connects us to the physical things, physical objects, and some of the rituals where we are happy with that. But here the connection is not there, na? Connection is with the statue. Whether you forget the statue, even though you remember the form. Where when you don't know the totally biography of that form, that particular Devata or God, Shiva also remembered as Shankara, Vishnu remembered in a different way, Narayana or whatever it is, Krishna, so many confusion. So that's how the connection, the yoga is not possible unless God comes down. God is telling, Shiva Baba is telling, children, even this knowledge about the eternal truth, of self or our incarnation, how we come across our journey through in the field of action in Karma Kshetra. These things are not revealed, and why I should connect to my source, if that we don't know, then I cannot connect. So he is revealing about himself, the creator, what I am, how I am, where I am, what I do, and why I have come down. And children, now you are all my children, you have forgotten there is a load on you, wrong actions, whatever the karmic bondages, you have to just finish it with the fire of yoga. You have to come back. This is what he is revealing the details. Whatever till now you are hearing, these are the direct revelations of God Shiva through the human media of Brahma, because Brahma was not knowing zero, nothing about these things. Even he was thinking 84 lakhs of births, then lakhs of years for the kalpa, the Srishti Chakra. So many illusions, and whatever gurus were telling, he was believing. But the new knowledge for new age, with the new knowledge, with the link, with the source, then I am divinizing and I am new, means I am original, I am to the eternal stage. So that's what Baba wants. And this yoga, see, the Patanjali yoga or Vivekananda or whoever says, they say it is Jnana yoga, it is Karma yoga, it is Buddhi yoga, it is other Bhakti yoga, all that whatever they are saying, whatever I have read before coming to Brahma Kumaris, the yoga really like not connecting one thing. If they say Jnana yoga, then where is Jnana? The knowledge which gives me light and might. See, the knowledge, the wisdom should be the light, means in your journey, the path. That is one thing daily from morning to evening is my journey. One thing, the birth itself is a big journey. Then after this birth to birth, there the biggest journey. In this journey to go along, I should have a light to walk through. At least you leave other things. In this life, to walk through easily, without any obstacle, without any disturbance, powerfully with the clarity, because in darkness we are so confused and there is a fear. Don't know what happens, where I am going. But in the light we are very clear that where we are going, how I am going. So the knowledge plays a role of light, not only the light and also might to do what I know. This is the power of truth. When the knowledge is true, the spirituality, the knowledge, the wisdom about the self, the soul, and the supreme soul, that is the creator, and we lights coming down, and the biggest journey here in Karma Kshetra, if that knowledge is true, then definitely it should give me the power to conquer everything, and it should give me the power to walk through my life without any disturbance as a master over the mind, emotions and the sanskaras, master over my senses. Now each second, senses are also pulling. We say we wouldn't have spoken so much, but I spoke. I wouldn't have told, I wouldn't have hurted, but I hurted. I wouldn't have got angry, but I got angry. Angry, all the emotions connects with the senses, they show, then they hurt, there is a sorrow to others and to self. So this is how, that means the light is not so clear to walk through the life, to walk through the daily routine. So knowledge, why this is said to be Jnana Yoga, because the knowledge given by the Supreme and I, the soul, connect my mind and intellect to the knowledge. I inculcate, I do think, realize myself, experience, then it comes to the application part where application becomes my sanskara. So each second I am connected. Yoga means connection, na? I am connected with knowledge, because of which then I am, whoever is a knowledgeful soul, is a powerful soul, is a careful soul, he will be cautious because he knows what to do, what not to do. There he is successful. The connection with the knowledge, why it is necessary to have success in my life, to be careful in doing things, to be careful with the fellow beings where I should not be caught, I should not be the bondages, I should not be the negative influence. So only I need the connection, the link with the knowledge. Then this yoga, why it is said to be Raj Yoga and easy yoga, Sahaj Yoga, because see, you remember your parents walking, talking, doing anything. If your child has told something, Papa, you bring this, whole day, even though you are working so busy, but behind the mind, it will be ringing to you, before going, I have to take this to my child. This is how here yoga, because I have all relationship to my, the true father, I have realized he is my supreme parent, the father, mother, teacher, guide, friend, everything. Understanding him as a father, my inheritance is with the total knowledge, the powers, the siddhis and the virtues. He is giving me as a boon, as a property. As a teacher, he is teaching me, he is guiding me, he is giving support, he is giving powers to inculcate whatever he is teaching. As a preceptor, he is purifying me, he is showing the path for the liberation, that how I have to liberate myself and go back. Even though while performing the action, being in the family, how you children, you can just liberate from everything. So he is my Satguru, he is my friend, because friend in need is a friend indeed. How he is a friend? Human beings cannot be our true friends actually. Sharing shake is okay, but in my emergency need nobody can help, because you are in emergency somewhere, your friend is somewhere 20 kilometers. By the time he comes, nothing. But this friend, 1 second communicate, you say, Baba, this is this. You will see the support, you will see the help. However, I have thousands of examples that how Baba saves. Even 1 second of yoga, connection with Baba, 36 hours of the forthcoming accidental death can be avoided with 1 second, because he is Mahakal. So such way, in all the situation, if my connection is true, he is always with us. Why with us? It is not that he is omnipresent. The soul, as soon as you become, when you centralize the consciousness, when you are light, you are beyond the nature. Your traveling speed is so quick, 1 second you can communicate to Father. But now that traveling speed is not there, because we are caught, mind is busy with so many things. But this will gradually, by practice, you will see that even though you are doing everything, behind the mind Baba is there. Because you will see the flow of light and might, you will see his support from virtues, the values, and sometimes intuition comes. Anything should, if it has to happen, you will have a thought, I will not go today. Such a way things will be avoided. So that way, this is easy, because I have a relationship with the source. He is mine. Originally, eternally, I am the soulish child. So this is the realization which makes me to be easy yogi and Raj yogi. Why? Because by the powers what I gain in the connection with the source, those powers make me the king, the master. Whatever, this is the biggest kingdom. The main mind, intellect and sanskara are main ministers. Senses are my subjects. The divinization of the senses, the divinization of the human intellect and mind and sanskara is very essential, because it is corrupted. We have left uncontrolled, We were not knowing that I am the soul, I have mind, intellect and sanskaras, past memories, chitta, what we have brought with all, unwanted things, and I have to put an end for that. We were not knowing. So this is how, this is the Raj Yoga. Now over our sovereign on self, they will attain the sovereignty in golden age. That is pakka, because as much you become master, you will go on do good deeds, doing good deeds with all the virtues, and then donating the subtle vibration is the biggest charity. Biggest charity of knowledge, because the way your conscious works according to the knowledge, this gives the result for this action, the effort what you do here, that will be the result. And this is karma yoga. Why? Because Baba's remembrance we cannot forget while doing karma action. Why I cannot forget and should not forget? Because that is the, the biggest, we are at war with all the negative vibrations, negative influence, negative people, and so much, pressure of, work in work field, in the organizations. So this is what we need to be, karma yogi. Karma and yoga, the balance. In everything you need a balance. Only the connection brings the balance. While performing karma, that is action, when your connection is there, you will not be in a bondage of karma what you are doing. Bondage of karma means the result of karma will not disturb you. God says you do with a good intention according to God's direction, and then leave it. And definitely result is good, because it is done with a good intention. And karmic bondages will not be there, because gradually that selfish motive vanish. Attachment to karma with all the icha, the desires, the wants, wrong desires will not be there. Of course, you should have limited whatever you need to the body and to sustain things, that is separate. But extra desires which really bring into the bondage, that will vanish while performing action when we do. So this is how the easy yoga, Raj yoga, Buddhi yoga, that is Jnana yoga and Karma yoga, and this is said to be Buddhi yoga. Why? Because see, Karma yoga brings efficiency in karma. Not only that I am liberating myself from karmic results, but also the efficiency in doing yoga, karma kushalata. Yoga brings karma kaushalya. And the flexible personality and accommodative while performing karma action, people are so happy, they love you. Easy, as your easy nature, simplicity makes them to understand everything, where you are not at all bonded even with their vibrations. That way karma yoga benefits us, practically. And why this is said to be Buddhi Yoga? Because intellect is a media to connect to my Father. They say Buddhi Netra, Buddhi Viman. So Buddhi, that is third eye of wisdom, the intellect is said to be an eye, because of which with the divine intellect I can see my Supreme Father, I can see the Supreme Abode, I can see myself, I can see the reality, the eternal reality. So that's how the Buddhi becomes so strong. The capacity and the ability of the Buddhi becomes, you will be Durandeshi Vishal Buddhi, Durandesh Buddhi, Vishal Buddhi. And the sensitive nature of the intellect has lost now. That sensible, that refinedness of the intellect, because we lack divinity, that refinedness of the intellect, the sharpness of the intellect to decide things very minutely and to understand and discern things, discerning the people, that has been lost because the capacity of the Buddhi, intellect, has been lost because of the body conscious, and Buddhi, the intellect, is limited to only grasp things and physical things. And this will increase tremendously when intellect connects with the Supreme. You are Durandeshi because the far away, the abode, the Supreme Abode, you will see, you will visualize, experience. So Baba, who is so far, you will see and experience. So it is Buddhi Yoga. All the abilities, the creativity, innovations, whatever you want while performing your action, at the place of work, there you are blessed, because you are blessed with the divine intellect, third eye of wisdom. And this yoga is Bhakti Yoga. Why? They say Bhakti Yoga, but truly when we are doing Bhakti, there the devotion and literal meaning of Bhakti is love of God. First of all, we don't know God, so that love is vanished. The faith, little faith, there is one power, there is a God. That faith is there. But where is love? When there is no love, then the devotion cannot come. See, the parents are devoted to their children. Why? They love them, there is a relationship. So same way, here Bhakti, they say, Tomayo Matascha Pita Bandhuscha Saka. They say, then at home they will say, you are my father, mother, everything. Finish, there the connection is lost. Only to saying it is there. But truly when you learn here, when you really understand the knowledge, then definitely this true connection we establish, the true love, the true dedication to Baba, whatever he says, whatever he wants us to be. Baba wants us to be great in our eternal stage. Baba doesn't want his children to be ordinary and caught and bonded, confused. He doesn't want. As his ocean of knowledge, he says, children, you be and you be what you were. So only it is in the true sense, this is Bhakti Yoga. This is said to be Sannyas Yoga because sannyasa means living, renouncing. The renunciation of not the home or family or your duties or nothing. God says the sannyasa, renunciation of body conscious, renunciation of the vices which troubles you, which makes you sorrow, which brings you in bondage. That is naturally happens. When you switch on the light, darkness goes away. Here no need to leave or renounce. You just be in the consciousness of reality. Whatever is unreal and unwanted, it will vanish. Body conscious definitely go, gradual practice, that will vanish, and bodily qualities also, negatives, will vanish. so only it is said to be sannyas yoga. So this is what the God, whatever he taught now in the confluence, and after Copperage, whatever the messengers, whatever the the Dharmapitas or Mahatmas, Sant, saints, whatever they taught, that yoga and this yoga is day and night difference. Because yoga is for the purification, it is for the divinization. The soul should be divine and with all the greater qualities, because the connection with the source, but that is not happening. Because one brother came, he said, from 40 years I am doing all these yogas. I told, what is your experience? He told, the problem is till I am doing this, I am silent. When I come to my work again, I am aggressive, I get angry. All these things, he said that, honestly he told, shared with me. But this is what the result, not only him, it is with me also. Before coming to Brahma Kumaris, whatever they were telling, doing everything, but of no connection. Again the search to see God, to see Him and to experience Him, that thirst did not, vanish at all. So that's how, unless the Yogeshwara come down, the ocean of knowledge come down, the true knowledge and true yoga cannot be taught by human souls at all.
Madam, one question.
Yes.
From where did this name Raj Yoga was derived, and why the name Raj Yoga?
Raja means king. As I, the soul, lost my mastery over this kingdom, I get back my mastery. I, the soul, is a king and I will rule now. See, now people say that my mind wanders here and there, it is not in my control. I don't want to be disturbed, but my emotions are not in my control. Sometimes they say my decisions are not in my control because of the company and other influences. They say I took wrong decisions. And of course the sanskaras of anger or greed or hatred, nothing in the hand. But as gradual practice of meditation, again I regain back all the powers and I rule. Mind is in my hand, means thoughts are in my hand, my decisions are in my hand, and whatever the memories are, the sanskaras are in my hand. Now even eye or the ears or the mouth not under control now. Doctors say not to eat this, they say we can't control, I eat. Not to speak whatever unnecessary they speak. Even the physical senses are not in their hands. So even subtly nothing is in the hand, physically nothing is in the hand. And you take the relationship wise, socially also human souls are so much slavery, adhinta, slavery towards everything, where because of the attachment they do all wrong things. There also they are not masters, socially also. Economically they are not masters. Because of money you see the crimes in the world, crimes in the society, what all they should not do, they do. Where their soul is not, no more a king, no more a master. See, it is a saying, we all are born like a kings, but then we put ourselves in chains. So the chains whatever we have put already, we have to now cut it, melt it with the power of yoga. So only it is Raja Yoga, because I get back my sovereignty here, then truly you will be a king. next sovereignty you will definitely get in the golden age. Because for the effort what we do is an action now. The result fruit should be the same. This is what the result is. Is it clear?
Yes, madam. Yes, I got it. Thank you. I wanted to know it because, to actually know the difference of the other yoga
Yes.
methods, I wanted to know why the name Raj Yoga.
Yeah,
Because-
Raj Yoga. Baba assures us,
got
you are my children. He says, I have come down to re-establish the kingdom. So I am giving you the sovereignty, Jivan Mukti sovereignty. Here also Jivan Mukta king, you are King Janaka, means always liberated but still a king. Same way in a golden age you are a king, but you are sovereign. It is a natural process now, the action and the result, the effort and the pralabdha, purushartha and pralabdha, karma and phala, the action and the fruit. These are the things we have to, the effort, the purushartha and pralabdha, the effort what you make, the result you have to get it. This is the universal law of this karma kshetra, the field of action. So now shall we proceed to meditation? Relax. Posture should be straight. Nothing in the hands. Completely relaxed. Calm your mind. Cut down the speed of thoughts. Withdraw your consciousness from toe to the knee to the hip. Then to the shoulder, slowly to the forehead. I am in silence. I watch the thoughts. I am still and stable in silence. I visualize my eternal self. I am the divine point of light, radiating light and might. I visualize, I feel, I realize, experience that I am light, pinpoint light energy, a shining star. Again and again stop a thought. Try to feel and become I am point of light. I detach myself from this costume. Outside the body, I see myself completely free. I visualize, I experience myself. Just witness me and the body, myself and the role. Whatever I am playing the role, I am separate from the role. I am completely detached and separate from the body. I am a spiritual being, the spiritual light. The light being flying beyond sun, moon and stars. Beyond the cosmos, the space beyond 5 elements is my abode. Shiv Baba, the most beloved Father, most loving and caring, who is showering all the light and might. Baba, you have blessed me with a divine vision and divine intellect to see you and to realize you. You have blessed me with all the knowledge and powers. The knowledge of 3 times and 3 worlds, and the third eye of wisdom made me Trinetri and Trikaldarshi. Stop your thoughts and see the light. Visualize the light flow, cool, soothing, divine light. I am in the embrace of tremendous divine light, the energy. Ever pure energy flowing. I am absorbing the supreme powers showered on me.
If you could design
Try
your
to
life exactly
feel
the
the
way you want it,
flow, the light. I experience I am charging with all the light and might. In deep silence. I absorbed all the bliss. I am in the ocean of bliss and love. Again and again, stop your thoughts. Visualize supreme light. The beauty of divine light. Deep, deep silence. Can come down slowly, keeping the connection.
Thank you.
In deep silence, only charging happens. When the light flow is very clear, in the depth of silence, then the connection and charging is very fast and powerful. Shanti, thank you.